Hey everybody. So it's honestly kind of super cool to me at this point that I get to make these videos in progression. And then here we are now at progression at a point where we are hiring specifically for paid interns. And then we are looking at the moment very specifically for a React front-end developer, a mathematician, hopefully someone with AI experience, and a Lora specialist. Again, these are paid positions, and then but they are we are classifying them as internship at the moment. Essentially, kind of the bottom line summation is that we're a fast-growing startup. We estimate that we will have within the next month or two 19,000 users or plus and on our platform, and then so we're currently building and scaling for that at the moment. We have a partnership closing with a multi-billion-dollar company within the space overall. So that's kind of the big impetus and fuel for that. Outside of that, we have several other avenues and sources for revenue for the company overall. We're very fast growing, very strategic, and our entire focus and mindset from the beginning has been to essentially pick a particular space and then dominate that particular space, right? Up front, and then just making it 100% apparent, crystal clear. The company does deal with NSFW content, so you would have to be 100% okay with that across the board overall. But kind of just giving you full background on this, right? The entire personally for myself, I've been working on this particular project since the beginning of the year, so about 8-9 months now, right? And then at this point, after your first say paycheck or two paychecks, you'll have taken more out of this company than I have at this point. You'll have earned more directly from it, just being completely 100% honest and transparent within that, right? The founding team, the core team, and the founding team is 5 individuals overall. One of them currently works for a Fortune 500 and their AI division. I don't want to narrow that down further than that. It's 100% a company that you've heard of, etc. All of us have different backgrounds, skill sets, AI, tech, and then sales, marketing, etc. All of that blended together. And essentially, we can, and this is a concept that I've been talking about for years at this point now, right? Which is that to me, at the moment and what we're in and what we're kind of going through, and I look at the current era as very similar to the Internet 1.0, right? And that's the best example that I personally have experience with. I was alive and fairly developed during the Internet 1.0 era when that first kicked off. But prior to that, there was I've read lots of leadership books, etc., especially on Intel, and then if you read into that whole history, the history of the we'll call it there's a period in the 1950s and then a period in the 1970s that seemed very similar to me to the Internet 1.0, right? And then where that was, and then in that 1970s era specifically, it's if you look back on the history of that, you had lots of giants, right? And lots of companies that came up during that time and became big, like IBM, Xerox, Atari, and then there's I can't remember the name. They became essentially Intel, Free Channel, I think. But essentially, you had a lot of these major players, right? And then none of those names are anything meaningful today except for a few of them, right? Because they all got absorbed and then they all became Intel, and then. Same thing with all of the Internet 1.0 players, right? They all became absorbed and became Amazon, and then now here we are within that, right? And then kind of that same approach and mindset to me overall from the beginning has been that Amazon within that took on the mindset of, okay, this is a disruptive technology, a very disruptive technology. What is the way that it is most disruptive, the best way to deploy that, employ that, etc., in order to essentially capitalize on that, and then diversify and then grow from there, right? But essentially, you need that initial rocket fuel to move forward, right? And then within that initial rocket fuel, you just take over an industry, basically, and then within that, they went through and did, a bunch of analysis, calculate, spent a lot of time researching these things, right? And then they narrowed it down to initially like 5 industries overall. It wasn't just books. It was like books, software, CDs. I think sneakers was on there, and then I can't remember the 5th one. Like I think it was like downloadable software, something like that. And then they decided on books, right? And then books became their number 1 overall. And then so for me personally, like I've gone through that same exercise overall, right, within this, and the different areas and aspects of this. To me, it's I look at it as if I were to narrate like the 5 categories, I would say to me are sales automations and marketing automations, law, and replace software replacement, and then NSFW content. And then that's kind of how I would round it out as my top 5. And then the one where I and this team have specifically decided to focus on within that is an NSFW content, right? But so within that overall, the reason why we've been able to make and build to what we have at this point is because flat out at the moment we have a research advantage over every single other company that exists in the space, period. And then we have gone about it in a more strategic way, and then in a slow and steady way, right? The Amazon approach from jump, and then to us, it's technology overall, right? And then so within this, the bottom line, our focus and my focus internally, very specifically, is on R&D, research and development around those things and those aspects, right? So when I go and I dive specifically and a lot into like GRPO training, video diffusion models, or SRPO, the recent method that I went over, Lora training very specifically, etc. That's like what we're doing, focusing on and building kind of a internal moat around those things, etc. Right? Like flat out, like I'm very aware of any competitor that we have in this particular area, and then hands down our everything that we have and have built and have at the moment is beating every other competitor in this arena and in this particular industry by miles. Like we're running laps around the industry at this point. and then so within that, we're starting to grow, build out, develop key partnerships, etc. And then so you can come in on the ground floor of that, right? And then so kind of like the number one question that everyone has asked within this is like, what would be the like kind of longevity of this role? And then so to us overall, right, it's like our full plan with this is to scale it, to develop multiple partnerships, and then have like whatever exit comes from there, right? But so we're looking at flat out like 9-10 figure exits as our ultimate and end goal within this. And then look, we're 100% on trajectory, and we've met every single benchmark to get within that right now. And so now we're at the point where we're finally able to at the process where we're like looking at like long-term actual employees, right? And then so you would be say, employee 10 through 15 or whatever it would be within that individual structure within that, and into a company that we're projecting again to it's all forward thinking, right? But we've hit all of our milestones within it. We have partnerships already laid out. for a 9 to 10 figure exit, like as our within 12 to 24 months is our kind of our goal within this. And then so you would be on the ground floor of that. So it would be a good opportunity overall, all around. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me directly for next steps. And then I look forward to reaching out to you, speaking with you, and then anything else, any other questions or anything like that, feel free to ask. I try to make myself pretty available throughout multiple channels. So there's like multiple ways to contact me. If you have any questions, then just let me know. And if you like this type of content, please like, subscribe. Thank you very much.